This is another winner of a recipe, another high protein, easy to make. All you do is pretty much throw everything in the blender, throw it in a pan, and cook. All right, another voiceover video. I upstairs, they're building up a new bedroom for my son, so it's very loud. So we'll just talk this out. It'll be fun. Okay, step one, all I'm doing is blending up some oats. I'm making some oat flour. Never have to really buy it. All you do is zhuzh up your own. So that was my first step. Now, this called for strained cottage cheese. I did not need to strain it because I could have actually used the moisture. Some cottage cheese is probably a lot wetter than what I have. So depending on your brand, you may not have to strain it. All right, and then I got some flax, just like a tablespoon in there. Lots of good, wholesome, yummy things going in, and some baking powder. Now this calls for a ton of eggs and it has flax. So lots of binders in there. So I was very interested to see how it would turn out with all that. And then just some oil. I used olive oil. You can use whatever oil you prefer. Everything just goes into the blender, just very straightforward, very easy to do. Okay, and the next step, I'm going to put my eggs in. And I know you should crack them into a separate bowl, but I just never do that. I just deal with with the eggshells. If I've got to fish them out, I've got to fish them out. So this recipe called for 5 medium, and I thought I'm just going to put in 4 large eggs. Definitely that should be enough with the flax, with everything going on in there. Lots of protein in this with the cottage cheese. There was 2 cups of cottage cheese. So yeah, what other things have you done with cottage cheese? I feel as though I am sleeping on the whole cottage cheese trend and there's so much more I could be doing. I tried that flatbread, the cottage, and it just didn't work for me. Did any of you try it? Because I just haven't found anything, and I'm not picky, and for me to not want to eat it, it wasn't so great. But anyway, I'm just fighting the Vitamix here, just trying to get this thick concoction word up. Word, is that not okay? You know what I mean. So just move it around, do what you gotta do. Yeah, I love the Vitamix, but it's also such a pain to clean. That's the thing I hate about the thing. All right, we're just gonna whoosh it up. We're gonna get it ready to pour into the pan. I'm gonna be a little chatty here as you watch me struggle with this batter. Does any of you have trouble adding fat to things? I know this day and age it's a thing to actually eat loads of fat, but man, I come from that time where you're blotting your pizza, everything is full of sugar but no fat, and it's still hard. Like the flax seeds, the olive oil, they're good sources, but you always stop and think. All right, as you can see, I finally won the battle and I got it all mixed up nice and smooth, and all I'm going to do is pour it into a prepared pan, smooth it on out as much as I can. It's kind of sticky, like it keeps wanting to move the whole loaf as I try to smooth it. You know what I mean. So just doing my best, hence when it turns out it's a little lopsided. I did what I could. All right, my trusty old toaster oven, my favorite. Just gonna stick it in there and cook it. Keep an eye on it. It took about 45 minutes or so. I know the recipe calls for about 60, but with quick breads, you just never know. Voila! The magic of YouTube. Here we go. The loaf is ready, and I'm just gonna let it cool. Okay, so it's been a hot minute since I made the bread because my sister just took her sweet time in trying it. Just kidding. But yes, this was a gift. So I did not personally try this one, but I'm going to. And I want to. After her review, she said it's a very good toasting bread. I get the English muffin esque type notes from her. I mean, with all the egg in there and the flax, which are very binding, and there was like no added sugar. So it's not like a sweet bread. But with I think it could use a little sugar. So when I make it for myself, I'm definitely going to add a little bit just for texture wise. It might help it like be fluffier and also for taste, of course. So if you want a good toasting bread, definitely give this a try. And I'm going to try it again myself so I can enjoy some. Thanks for watching.